Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, salute! You know, if you're alive and breathing, we are back to conquer another day, another year, another decade. And just be thankful if you have a stable mind and you healthy mind, body, and soul, because that's like gold these days. And as you all know, there's no games played over here, as well as many real like-minded great brothers and sisters out there, because I have met some, and I'm in the same circles, you know, whether far or near. When you keep that realization within, you know, you ain't got nothing to worry about, you know, when you just doing the right thing, you know. And as I always say, it ain't always got to be deep. Just do the right thing, and then it can lead to being deep, you know, and seeing the real things of life and not this fake shit out here. So let's get to those honors. I honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard and gave their lives, the righteous soldiers and soldierettes, man, that got a lot of us, the ones that's real out here and really paying attention to things that got us to the state and the space that we're in. I'm thankful for that, for the ancestors, because the body laid to rest, but the righteous spirit is still alive. And I thank those that's been riding along with the brother, current subscribers, new subscribers, salute. And I appreciate you, you know. I hope what I say and do inspires you, because that's what this mission is all about. You know, once you get past all the levels, brother or sister, young or old, in our families, once we get past them levels of maturity and becoming wise and being aware of things and all those great things that come with righteous spirituality, and always throw righteous in there, because it's getting tricky these days. So that's why you probably hear me say that word a lot. And it's good, you know, because as brothers and sisters, those that mean well on this walk and got a craft or a gift, or whatever whatever gift you have, long as it's a good gift, you know, something that can benefit you, something that's good, you know, nothing bad or evil, you know, because there's many gifts that melanated brothers and sisters have that some of us don't know we have it, and that's whatever it is. And this will be another edition of EBX discussion and another edition of volunteering in schools, and this is day 4, so I call it part 4. And like I said, I'm gonna keep those updated and just be a pillar of strength wherever we are, small status, big status, you know, whether we out on the ground in the communities or we in our families, wherever we at, be that light in a dark place. I don't give a dang what's going on, because we need generals. And I say soldiers a lot, but you know, thankful that I listen, you know, like a lot of us, like I say, some of your most powerful reachers and teachers, brother or sister, and in our families also, are those who listen, you know. And so I actually heard a brother speak probably yesterday. And, you know, sometimes, like I say, I look for positive things on social media and in the world, not just social media, but just in general. And the brother said, we need generals. We need soldiers, but we need generals. Actually, I'm going to say it like he said it. He said we don't need soldiers. We need generals. But he's right. But I think we need soldiers, because you have to go through the soldier stage to become a general. You just don't become a general. You have to have a mindset. And we're talking about spiritually, righteously, you know, a righteous spiritual general. That's the kind of general I'm talking about. But I'm sure that's what he meant too. Just overall, how we think of oneself, you know, that's what he meant, you know. So we think like a general. And, you know, I was going to start saying that. But like I said, you have to go through levels. You know, it's easy to say we a king or we're a general or we're a soldier or we're godly or spiritual. But as we all know, as many great brothers and sisters have been through and we all teach and talk about, you have to go through those levels, those levels of maturity and being able to have constructive debates with one another and not looking for wrong in each other. I'm talking about, you know, if we are in a circle that we know there is no wrong, but of course we stay aware of those things. But, you know, you have those that's not looking for wrong in individuals and they reveal it themselves. And it's really kind of heartbreaking in some situations. It kind of make you angry, sad, all at the same time, especially when you just trying to lift and raise a vibration in a brother or a sister. So that's why I started volunteering, you know, we got to stay at that youth. And because I got my 8-year-old son, as I said, goes to this school also. And just be a pillar of strength, be that strong foundation wherever you are. I don't care if it's just two people if it's just two people family, whether it's a big family, small family, be a pillar of strength and cut out the middleman. And what am I talking about when I say cut out the middleman? Go straight to God, that real God, that higher, greater, supreme being, not this false shit. Cut out the middleman, go straight to the source, and you'll get everything you need. But where are we going to find that source? Deep, 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 deep within. It's always going to come down to that. There's no going around that. I don't give a damn how many times we hear it. We need to hear it repetitively. That's a funny word for me, so excuse me if I say it funny, but you know what I mean. Repetitively. We got to stay consistent, with being right and working on being a general. You might hear me say that. That's a new word for my vocabulary. And it's a beautiful thing when we're looking for righteous things and we're giving, but wholeheartedly, but not stupid. Stand firm. Watch out for those that don't want to work on themselves and just want to ruffle feathers. Those who have been on this planet, either been on this planet for a while or been teaching for a while. And that could be young or old. Like I said on the last podcast, once we're locked in to that divine zone, nothing will be able to break us. Nothing. You strengthen your psyche. You work on your body. You work on your mind. You work on your soul. You stay with it. I'm telling you, great divine got us. Those that are soldiers and soldierettes out here that will soon become what? Generals, because that's what I'm working on. And you know what? It's a lot of generals already out here. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing as not knowing how powerful we are. We also are generals, and I can say one is a general. But of course, there's always work to be done. But when you finally reach that state where you're engaging with brothers and sisters and you're growing and you're glowing and you're listening and man, you just feel fired up, and you're all about upliftment and no bullshit, no games. I'm going to say it, malice, envy, undermining, manipulation, anything that is not righteous. Once you got all that shit up out of us, then we are general. So all that crap is out of one. But it was a long, hard struggle, I'm gonna tell you, to get to this state that one is in. It hasn't been easy, and I've had help along the way. Words can be very, very powerful. You just got to be careful of the words we take in. That's why it's important, the environment and the circles that we are in, and especially with what I'm doing. And I'm sure there was a lot of other volunteers at that school today, and I'm grateful for that. It's beautiful to see people volunteer, but I need to see more of my people volunteering. I'm not trying to act like I'm this perfect brother, because I haven't always volunteered and went to parent-teacher conferences and all that stuff. And I've been there. I never would go to the school and never was really involved. But that was then. This is now. So when I think of those things and the time I wasted back in the day, I think about that. That's what keep me fired up and do what I'm doing now. We need to have more of melanated brothers and sisters getting involved with these children and in these schools, because like I say, when it becomes a passion and it becomes a part of your life and it's no longer a chore or nothing like that, it becomes, because I said that's the mindset that I was going to go into this year when I start volunteering. It's a part of my life. It's not something that's added on to my life. No, it's a part of what I do. It's a part of this walk. This is what we're supposed to do. And who better than the youth to start with, young brother or young sister? So that's why I'm volunteering. I'm finally learning to follow through with things. And like I say, it's not easy for some of us to get to this state. Every walk, every life, every individual is different. But when we finally do, and you start seeing results, that's the thing. Results will keep you going. And the more and more we do right things, stay on this walk, give to humanity, give to the culture the best way we can, man, those results will come right and left. Because when you start seeing results, it makes you creative. You say, oh, wow, I got a result from that, or something good come from you putting forth the effort, and then, man, then it becomes effortless. It's nothing when you're being righteous naturally and you're not looking for nothing and you just want to add to the humanity or a righteous cause, of course things are good. Things are going to open up because, and not only will that divine see the great deeds that we are doing, especially if we're not looking for recognition and we're just doing what that great divine gives us to do, and that force, that positive force will also put it in others to see what you are doing. Because when you are being real and not just saying it, it's the most rewarding thing in the world amongst the mistakes and challenges along the way in this human body, because we're going to have human errors. But guess what? When we practice on the 7 symptoms, what's the seven symptoms I always talk about? Mind, body, and soul, see, hear, and feel, and our psyche. And I say the psyche last because it's the center of it all. Well, I could have said it first. Either way, psyche is this. Once you conquer your psyche, you can conquer anything. Guaranteed. Diet, the way you think, the way you speak, how we behave, how we interact in different situations, how we discipline our children. When you got that psyche in check, you're almost like a superhero, brother or sister. More a real superhero. Like I always say, not this shit we see on TV. We got real heroes out here. We got heroes in our family, brother or sister. We got heroes maybe on the job. We got heroes we see speaking on some of these podcasts. Real talk, because I'm connected to some of them. I will always reiterate that because I move in a certain way, but I'm not sneaky or nothing like that. That's why I always bring up that I listen to other teachers, because I have had brothers and sisters help me, and that's in the world, like I say, my family and online. I bring things up like that so those will know that I watch different teachers, different platforms, because I'm always looking for something positive, and most of the brothers and sisters I'm connected to, they powerful, and very impactful. How do you think I got to where I'm at? Because, I said this before, but I haven't always spoke like this, and because when my mindset was all fucked up, my language and how I thought was totally different than how I speak now. So it took some learning, to get to this state, and took a little enduring and being a little humble and, not looking to, always don't have to be known all the time. Just remember, the great divine sees all, the higher supreme being sees when nobody else does. So we could just get that in our system and not jump off our impulses and do the wrong thing and then regret it down the road, that woulda, coulda, shoulda, stay away from the woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome. I ain't gonna go into that too much because I say that a lot, but many of us have been through those woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's what, and we learn from the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Please learn from the woulda, coulda, shouldas and be what? A pillar of strength wherever you are, and that strength will pass on to our children, our significant other, and our families, anyone we encounter. When you locked into that divine zone, can't nothing fuck with you. Real talk, but you got to be serious with it, especially if you're connected to what do I always say? Children, family, significant other. So that's why I'm going to watch my front on everything, my front, back, side, spiritually, because it's not a game out here sometimes. Why we have fun, enjoy our lives sometimes, but always got to keep in the back of our mind, got to be ready, especially if we got children and family. You already know what I'm going to say. So volunteering is, I can tell the momentum is starting to pick up. Like I'm telling you, the more serious I get on this walk, as many of us, not just me, it's a lot of us out here like this. Real talk. Like I said, you in those right circles, that's what you'll be connected to. And of course, we acknowledge the toxic things and the bad things that person, place, or thing might be doing. Most of the time it's person, but a lot of times it's the attachments of things of this world, social media, wrong information, stuff like that. That's why I always say we have to watch what we channel into our psyche. It is vital. It is vital in the decisions we make, because one split decision can fuck up your whole life, but one wrong split decision, which is a wrong impulse, can fuck up your whole life. And we see it in the world, politics, celebrities, social media. We see it all the time. And it's grown folks, young folks, it don't matter who it is, because something I heard from a great comedian. And I really don't like to say names, but because I'm not into the clout chasing. But I think I should say the brother's name because this is his saying, and I don't want to be taking nobody else's stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something that the great Eddie Griffin said. The truth is like rain. Don't give a fuck who it fall on. So it don't matter what status you in, where you at, and that's some real shit. Thank you, Eddie. And that's real shit. Truth like rain. Don't give a fuck who it fall on. So just be right. Like I say, you can try to hide, you can try to sneak and do that, and it's not about being all the ultimate perfect person. It's about what will come in the future. So that's why we do is the best we can in the present. If you care about yourself, if you care about life, if you don't give a fuck, I feel sorry for you. Because like I say, it's righteous over here, trying to reach goals and follow that purpose, which is saving the world. That's my purpose. Changing the world. That's my purpose. And you just make that step, and that's what I'm doing. And continue being a pillar of strength. And I will pass that strength to anyone else that wants to receive it. My listeners, anyone that view, my children, my family, brothers and sisters in my circle, on the job, wherever I go, I'm going to carry that fire, that righteous fire with me, because a great divine will really open up a lot of righteous spiritual doors, man, when you really put forth the effort. Things will become effortless. So I want to talk about a book that I've been reading. I'm going to read another page. And the last podcast I read, I think I read page 21 and I got page 22. And remember, it's called Unlocking the Vault. And again, it's not a book per se, just pages I've written in a notebook, but it might become a book. I don't even know how many pages that I'm gonna write, but this is what I do when I'm volunteering at the school. Cause again, I'm like the hall monitor. I have my own desk. And, like I said, I make sure there's no stragglers in the hallway, make sure kids, go to the bathroom or get a drink and go back to class, stuff like that. And, but before I read this page, I talked to a young gentleman today, because remember I said it's been a slow go, hasn't been a lot of kids, because it's a lot of volunteers. So, kids do less things. They won't hang out in the hallway when there's more adults there. That's why I say we need more melanated brothers and sisters to get involved. Stop this whining and complaining shit, You want something to get done, we gotta get up off our ass and get in there and kind of make it happen righteously. But anyway, it's a young brother I was talking to today, and I'm learning to communicate with the children and not just say, hey, what are you doing in the hallway? Get back to your class. I don't do that. I talk to him, like I did their young brother today. And I said, what's going on, young brother? What's the matter? So, I don't want to be in class. And you gotta use psychology. I've never been to college. I'm not an expert, but I've experienced this with my children and being around children. So, and remember, we are the adult, so we just got to keep that in mind. Just got to be a little bit more creative than this generation. So I was talking to the young brother, and he said, I didn't want to be in class. I said, yeah, I remember when I was young, I didn't like class either. And I can't remember what his name, because I don't know all the children. He told me his name, but I can't remember what his name was. But I said, what's your name? He told me his name. I said, my name Eric. And he was attentive. He was listening. And he said, I just don't like school. I'm tired of class. And I said, I know how it feels, man. I know how it is. But I don't want you hanging in the hallway, because, if they see you hanging in the hallway, something happened, they'll, I don't want you to get blamed for it, And I said, my name's Eric. I'm here every Thursday. And if you need to talk to me, we can talk. And he was like, wow. And he looked at me. He was really attentive. And I'm telling you, when children, young brother or young sister, feel that love, I'm telling you, it opens up so many doors within our children. And you can get to the core and see why they behave the way they behave. And, and I got him to listen, and so I walked him to the office, because I told him I didn't want him to get in trouble, So I walked him to the office, and coincidentally, which I don't believe in coincidences, the principal was looking for him. He didn't have to go look for him. I brought him to him. See how divine works when you just do good deeds from the kindness of your heart. Man, everything else will fall into place. You never know what the higher supreme being has in store. That's why you just got to do right, even when we don't understand. But what I always say, we'll feel it in our gut if we're doing the right thing. Because when you're righteous, you're always on the right path. I don't care what. If you're righteous, though, and real, deep, 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 deep to the pit of your soul, you're on the right path. So, and I had an incident with my son too, and I talked to the teacher, and we had a little meeting, the teacher, me, and my son, and just talked to him about some behavioral problems. And I'm trying to teach, this is my 8-year-old, and I'm trying to teach him about, we talk like men, don't be afraid to talk, because that's what we got to do with our children. Let them know that they can come to us. And I said this on the last podcast, mother or father. And I'm finding out that that's very, very important, that we communicate with our children so we can prevent things from happening. Remember, divine intervention and divine prevention. That's what this walk is about in results. So, but everything ended up being okay. Talked to him. I'm glad the teacher called me. He actually called me. I gave him my number. And, and just get the situation resolved. It was I won't go into it too deep, just some behavioral problems he was having. Because a lot of times it's not him. That's why we have to communicate with our children. Because we can't just say, what was you doing? Because there might be something else that may make a child behave a certain way, young brother or young sister. So that's why we have to communicate. My parents, mothers, fathers, that's why we have to communicate. We got to get past our own egos and all that stuff. Remember, we are the parent. We are the smarter one. No matter how smart they are, we are the smarter one. So we just got to know that, and be creative with our discipline. Again, not saying I'm an expert, just giving a suggestion. I teach, give advice. So I want to read this page 22 of Unlocking the Vault. And thank those that's been listening. I appreciate it. And the reachers and teachers that's out there doing their thing. Salute. I take my hat off to you. So here we go. When we stay on top of our accountabilities, what we want will come, as well as the needs. But the needs first, remember. Let things happen naturally. You will love yourself. If you let things happen naturally, you will love yourself later, and as well as others. And life blessings will open up when we embrace the good qualities of our natural self. Man, that's important. Our natural self, not just superficial shit, not AI. No, our natural self. There's a great teacher inside every one of us. We might not be where we want to be, but thank God we are not where we used to be. The real God, not that false shit. And it's all about progress, rising, growing, evolving, changing lives, young and old, child to adult. One thanks that divine for those who are about humanity and the culture, and mean really to the pit of the soul. One is thankful that divine doesn't have, let me see, forgive me if I can't read my own writing. That divine doesn't have to watch over those who are righteous, which is, man, don't have to, no need to, because we're doing righteous, right? There's no need. It is those, okay, yeah, the divine doesn't have to watch over those who are righteous. There is no need. It's those who are evil that have to be watched, and so they can't harm those who are chosen. I'm gonna read that little part one more time. Okay. Thanks to that divine for those who care about humanity and of the culture. That divine doesn't have to watch over the righteous, even though it does protect the righteous, but it doesn't have to, because it doesn't have to do much work when you're righteous, right? So there's no need. But those who are evil, they have to be watched, because the great divine has to project good things into the righteous ones. But the righteous can't be harmed, because we are the divine or chosen, Many are called, few are chosen. We done heard that before. And only the individual knows. It don't mean because you say it and nothing like that. We have to feel it within our soul and show it in our actions and in our lives. That's when we know we're chosen. And as I heard from a great brother, it doesn't matter what status that you're chosen, because many are called, few are chosen. So it don't make no difference if you got a whole bunch of money, if you're on TV, if you're known. You could be the evilest person on the goddamn, on the damn planet, and, but we always say putting up a front for everybody else. I'm going to get into deep of that. It's a lot of that shit going on. And I always admit, when I first started out on social media, I always been positive, but I wasn't focused, like I am now. You know, I'm actually like getting involved and doing things, stuff I never thought I'd be doing. I'm telling you, you lock in to the higher supreme being, when you get locked in to that divine zone, and you start seeing results, and you start loving what you do, and this brother, sister, in our family, young or old, when you begin to love, real love, divine love from the pit of that soul, when you start loving what you do, it's easy, you know, because you're no longer trying to impress. You're no longer trying to get attention. You're no longer trying to clout chase. You're just doing it for that great, great divine. And why do we do things for the higher supreme being? God, the real God, not that false shit. Why do we do these things? Because of the great things that have happened to us when we've done good things in the past. And so that's the evidence that shows us that great things will come in the future. And the bonus to doing great things for that higher force, you also bless those in your circle. Because what I just said a few minutes ago, we're going to move from soldier to general. Because that's what we got out here. We got some generals out here. You got some ain't taking no shit. That's brother or sister, young or old, in our family, you know. Got to be fierce on this walk. Because the evil entities, the devils of the world, don't give a fuck if you soft or hard. They don't give a damn. It's going to come at you anyway. Remember, we have evil entities coming at us at all angles. So we got to be dynamic and deflect at all angles. And I remember I used to say, when we rebuke something, we say rebuke negative forces. May it disappear, dissipate up into the universe where there's no gravity. Because the darkness can't fight up in the universe, because that's where the great divine, I would say, watches over the universe, but it also resides in the pit of our soul. So again, devil has no power, only the power that we give it. I said that before, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but it's true. It's, as I say, if you give in to that force, if you're healthy, nothing wrong with you, that means you're weak. So we have no time for weakness, stress, none of that. It's not even our vocabulary, because we are forging forward and being the generals that we're supposed to be. Be a general for that great divine. That might be another podcast. Be a general in this life. And as I said, be a pillar of strength wherever you are. I don't give a damn where you are. Be a pillar of strength. Grow from where you are. And you will become stronger. You will become more wiser. You will start seeing results. Brother, sister, young or old, in our families, we have to do things on purpose, step out of that old comfort zone, step into the unknown, and and start seeing things that you think about in your desires, or in our desires, and just go for it, and it'll happen. Be a pillar of strength by any means. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Malcolm X. And like I say, volunteering is becoming, it's great. I'm glad I did it. Everything, there's no such thing as coincidences. And I've said this before. A lot of positions, especially those who are righteous, are reaching and teaching. We are in the positions we are in for a reason. No such thing as coincidences. Just look down through your life. Look at the miraculous things that are happening now. Those who mean well, and that's brother or sister. Those who are evil, because of your evil ways and evil things you have done, that's why you're in the position you're in. And it's not a coincidence. So I always say the future is going to come. So what are you going to do when the truth comes for you? Because it's came for many of us. It's came for me. That's something we cannot escape. Because, like I said, the truth can stand alone. Truth don't need us. We need the truth. So those that's fucking around and being fake, doing dumb shit, like I say, if you're not paying attention to what's beyond, things in the world that's coming down that pipe, you're going to be caught off guard. So you better stay with it. Stay focused, brother or sister. Sometimes, not all the time, it's not a game out here. Again, I hate that word game. So, like I said, I'm going to stick to volunteering. I'm going to stick to being that pillar of strength. Nothing going to fucking break me down. Again, thankful for my family. Thankful for the brothers and sisters I've learned along the way. Thank my children for being born. I'm thankful for my spiritually adopted children that great divine has put in my life, so I could be a righteous impact in their life, as well as Anybody I encounter is my significant other. That's what it's all about. Stay strong on this road. Deflect anything toxic. Because, man, I don't see no toxicity. It's gone. I conquered so many beasts in this life. It's nothing. It's nothing. Just like many other great brothers and sisters out here. And as well as in our families. Because when I say family, I include all those. Those that are righteous, those that are healthy and don't want to do right. Hey, great divine gonna deal with you. You go ahead and hang out with the devil. And let me know how that work out. Because we righteous over here by soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. Soon to be generals, if you're not a general already. Because that's what we're striving for. We're no longer going to be soldiers. We're going to be righteous generals. That's why I'm going to stick to volunteering and do what I got to do to help with this culture, this humanity, whatever I got to do. Because I'm not looking at the status, I'll say this from time to time. Status is a state of mind. It's all about how you feel about yourself, Stand with brothers and sisters. Don't take things personal, It's a bigger war out here, We got to pay attention. So that's my thought. And I thank those for listening to a brother coming into another edition of EBX discussion. And I don't care what's going on in your life. You be that pillar of strength. Remember what it took to get us where we are. That's brother, sister, young or old. So I wanna read this page one more time. Page 22, Unlocking the Vault. And I think I'll read a page every Thursday. So look for a show pretty much every Thursday when I volunteer. This is part 4. This is day 4 of me volunteering. And I'll keep talking about it and keep those updated on what's going on. And I'm getting deeper and deeper, y'all. I'm getting more and more involved. That action that Malcolm X said, it's good to think. It's good to see. It's good to hear. It's good to feel. But at some point, we got to get up off our ass, take that action. So I'm going to read this page. When we stay on top of our accountabilities, man, it's beautiful. What we want will come, as well as the needs. Needs first, though. Let things happen naturally. You will love yourself later, and others also. So will love. You will love yourself later. Excuse me. You will love yourself later, and so will that divine and the universe will also love you. Life blessings open up when we embrace the good qualities of our natural self. There's a great teacher inside everyone, brothers and sisters, inside all of us. We might not be where we want to be, but we damn sure are not where we used to be, and that's what it's about. It's all about progress, rising, growing, evolving, changing lives, young and old, child to adult. One thanks that divine for those who are about humanity and the culture and real about it. Thank you. That divine doesn't have to watch over the righteous, protect the righteous, but doesn't really have to watch over the righteous. There's no need to, because we're doing right? Only have to watch those who are evil, to protect the chosen. That's the only reason why the higher supreme being does watch the righteous, to protect us from the evil forces out here and those who are divine or chosen. So be thankful if you're there, be thankful. But always keep a student spirit. Because remember, we're leaders and teachers. And eventually, generals, if we're not generals already. So that's my thought. And thank those for tuning in. Current subscribers, new subscribers. Salute. May that great divine bliss or bless you in your life. Anyone that view, whether you react or not, have a great life. Keep forging forward. Great divine got you. And reachers and teachers, those I have learned from. Keep doing what you do. Take my hat off to you. Salute, brother or sister. And I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. Salute.